F1 Manager 24 create a team career mode for the Austrian Grand Prix, as we have chassis research complete, which with the way our money's going could be the last bit of research we do this season, so that could be crucial. However, F1 Manager did say they're working on a patch to try and get the teams more money for engagement.
Set in the Austrian mountains, the Red Bull Ring offers fantastic views and thrilling racing. Originally built in 1970, the circuit has been part of the F1 season in its current format since 2014. Not many would envy the job of a team principal in a situation like this. A strong result is imperative here to win back the confidence of the board. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
End of FP1, max P1, us, I think we're P20 and P21. Yeah, so into qualifying with low driver's confidence, because you go from one practice session to quali to sprint to quali to race.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us and we're raring to get going.
As we're currently watching Logan Sargent show off all of his talent in Formula 1. With a spin, round turn 3.
Sorry, I made a big mistake.
Yeah, Austrian Grand Prix, hopefully going to be a good one for us. It's a very similar track to sort of Imola, which is one we done. Well, it's a bit different to Imola, but it's a very similar sort. It's similar to Spain. And we're very quick around Spain last time out, which if you haven't watched it, make sure to check it out. Right now, Lawson in SQ1 on their one and only dry time on the medium compound tyre is green. Behrman is green in the first, green in the middle. Lawson is going to come round down towards the final corner, up towards the line. What's going to be? Where can he go? Across the line, goes P17. Lawson is out in Q1. Behrman is going to come around the final corner, up towards the line. Where is he going to go? He goes P19, both drivers out in SQ1. And they're going to be 20th and 21st. So both drivers eliminated for a sprint. Boy, am I not looking excited to this.
We're back and the action is set to get even better today as the drivers go racing in the sprint.
The big draw today is the opportunity to grab some extra championship points. After all, they could make the difference when the season comes to a close.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint? Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. It's lights out and away we go.
Lights out and away we go for the sprint race. Only two drivers to start on the mediums are us, because apparently they're going to die off, which I don't think they're doing a sprint race, because normally Austria's the soft tyres for the sprint race. Anyway, Behrman and Lawson fighting up towards turn 3. Lawson just can't find a gap on the inside. Behrman's going to get a nicer exit, and he's going to fly past him, and he's going to get Ocon. Behrman up to 19th, or up to 20th now in front of Lawson. Now he's up to a 19th, diving down inside of Esteban Ocon, shoving him off, giving him a good elbow, and Pierre Gasly goes off the track, and now Lawson's going to get a good look at him, down the inside, up to P18 and P20. I don't think where we finish in the sprint counts to any money, so it doesn't really matter, as Lawson gets overtaken by Gasly and Behrman gets overtaken by Ocon, and Behrman is now going to dive down the inside of Kevin Magnussen. What a lunge that was. And Behrman now is on the charge again on a Williams. And now Lawson is going to get said Williams, Logan Sargent around the outside. And now he's going to try and attack his teammate down the inside of the turn 1. Using the DRS out of 3. He's in front of Behrman for now. But on that 14, Behrman's seeing a lunge, seeing a gap, going for it, pushing for it. No room left at the end, currently 17th and 18th. Behrman's going to come down the inside again though, and this time he's going to claim the position. But with 10 laps to go, Lawson's still fighting back. They're trying to save all this fuel we used. And if we did get money for the sprint race, we'd be earning some money right now. This is a VSC, as Charles Leclerc is in the barriers. Ooh, that's not what you want. That's a nasty kick out of turn one. Yeah, you are a bit stupid, I can't lie. For doing something like that, you are a bit stupid. Anyway. Oh, Ferrari clearly not happy. Fernando Alonso does not have deployment, so he's having an issue in this sprint race. Lawson's going to dive down inside of Behrman. There's a slight touch there between the two. Behrman's going to come cycling back down inside on lap 21. He's chopping and changing for P16 onto the final lap. Behrman's going to see a lunge. Will he go for it? They're both using the RS. No, he won't. It's going to be P16 for Lawson, P17 for Behrman. That's a very good result in the sprint race. Our best sprint race yet. Onwards and upwards.
Competition out there was certainly tough today, and it leaves many coming away from the sprint empty-handed.
It's a P17 finish. They really struggled here, but that's how you learn.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Spielberg's short track comes with two high-speed straights. It might be tempting to prioritize low downforce here, but teams risk losing time when cornering if they do.
Now, Karun, you and I were actually just talking about that man there, Max Verstappen. How do you think he'll be feeling today?
They were looking pretty sharp in practice and setting good lap times, so they're probably feeling fairly confident now. But a good practice time doesn't always guarantee a strong qualifying outcome.
So don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
Well, if I know anything about this game, it'll be that my logo is hideous, so I've got to change it for next time. Anyway. Oh, red flag as we start at Q1.
Red flag.
They're just about to start their first flying laps, and that is Lance Stroll in the barrier, broken front wing, broken rear wing. He's probably gone in backwards and come out forwards, which is no good. Oh no, he sort of goes in forwards, but then also goes in backwards, so he just... What do you mean, what a joke? You drove into the barrier, nobody else put you there. 20 minutes until session starts, but the timer would have been stopped. Both drivers on the same used set of soft compound, because they're not that used. And they're going to start the flying laps now in Q1. Hopefully some positive things here as they both do a 140 something. Yeah, hopefully some positive things here. I'm hoping for maybe our first double Q2 appearance of the year, but at least we know with that sprint race that if we do qualify far down the order, we can get ourselves back up. Last race in Spain the strategy was poor, so I lost us places, but hopefully soon as the car develops and as I develop as a manager, hopefully we can just get to that place and we can just solidly get to a good place. As Lawson does a 4, then does not half second surname. There's a helicopter outside. Why are you doing that? Behrman and Lawson 7th and 9th on their second flying lap of the session. Green for Behrman, yellow for Lawson. Lawson gets horrendous traffic through there, which Behrman would have probably got down the straight. So Lawson's lap is realistically probably over. As Behrman is on green, Lawson is on yellow, green. Okay, so Lawson can still improve. He's going to get a bit of traffic though. As Behrman's going to come up towards the line and he's going to go ahead of Lawson for now by 5,000 for Lawson. Doesn't improve, so starting the final lap, Behrman ahead of Lawson by 5,000. They need to improve here, so one of the cars is guaranteed to get through to Q2, or could we have both cars in Q2 for the first time? Coming up towards Lawson with a green sector right now, quite a bit of traffic, one car's going to get out of the way. Behrman with a yellow sector, that's no good. That's not ideal. Lawson has encountered so much traffic, it's ridiculous. There's a yellow sector in sector 2, but what did we expect? And now, yeah, there's no chance of improving. So up towards the line it's going to be, we're going to time 16 it, I reckon, just because what's the point? We are going to finish in Q1, P14 and 15. Both cars for the first time make it through into the second part of qualifying. as we're watching Max Verstappen to see if we'll get blocked. He will be in our way. Whether we'll get blocked or not is a different matter. Coming up towards turn 1, gets out of the way of Behrman, gets out of the way of Lawson. He was in the middle of the road, so he wasn't really getting out of the way of Lawson. But Lawson has gone quicker in sector 1 than Ollie Behrman. The problem is now, if we start getting to Q2 all the time, then the videos are going to become ridiculously long, which is, yeah, a slight problem. I mean, the video would be even longer if Lawson had made it into Q2 or Behrman had made it into Q2 in the sprint quali format, as Lawson's currently 6th, Behrman 8th, as they start their second flying lap right at the end of the session, where only 8 cars have done laps. Lawson with the yellow first sector, Behrman also with the yellow first sector. That is not ideal. Coming around the second sector, is Lawson going to improve? No, he's done a yellow second sector. So I think that is the nail in the coffin for us. It's going to be both cars out in Q2, I think. As Lawson doesn't improve, Behrman is actually on a green, so he might improve.
Copy.
He's 2 over 1, 2 off. Yeah, he improved by 7 thousandths, so there's no point. We actually did get him out for a flying lap then. Okay, it must have been 7 minutes left, not 1 minute left. They're out for a final flying lap. Watch it and hope they do well. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitch, MegaGamer8888. Enjoy this Q3 lap.
Okay, mate, done.
P13 and P16, both drivers out, but hopefully we can get both drivers above 18th for the sponsor goal in the race.
Here among the mountains in Austria, the teams are preparing for the 71 laps of today's race.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
Spielberg's challenges are all about overtaking. The DRS zones here mean passing is very possible, especially if your tyres are in a better condition than the next cars. But get caught out having to manage less than fresh tyres? You could be a sitting duck. The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprise in that, it's race day. Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. Zhou Guanyu will know exactly what's expected of him in this race.
Not where they'd want to be in P21, but honestly, they've just got to give it their best shot.
And it'll be exciting to see just what will happen here today. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Strategy then, as you saw, medium, hard. Gonna run the mediums. Quite a few people are on softs, as Lawson goes up to 13, up to 11th actually. Wow, what a start from him. Behrman down 17th. Sorry for the lag. I'm on an Xbox Series S, so I'm not on a bottom tier console. But yeah, it's quite poorly optimised, this game, but there is a new patch. Well, at this track anyway, the game's well optimised on most other tracks. Yeah, there's a patch coming soon, so don't worry about it. It's not what you'll see forever. But yeah, it is what it is for now. As Behrman's now up to 15th, he's finally made a position. And Liam Lawson is hustling and harrying this Hamilton, as Sargent does the exact same spin as in quali, and Liam Lawson is going to go for a dive bomb up the inside of turn 3, and he's ahead.
Let's have a look
Lawson
at
has overtaken Lewis
heading
Hamilton.
into turn one.
Ollie Behrman has gone for a lunge on the Haskell, so he's now up to 14th. That was a daringly brave move. And now, yeah, Hamilton's just going to make a meal out of us because he knows we're weak. And Bottas is going to go past Behrman. I think, yeah, he's going to go past Behrman down the inside. Nice move. And Lawson is going to go down the inside of Albon up to 12th. We've lost the V-carb, but we weren't expected to stick with the V-carb. Our race here is for 12th, but if Stroll gets through, then our race here is for 13th. As Gasly has got Behrman. Behrman is falling like a stone. I think Behrman is now 16th, because Gasly's overtaken him, so he will be 15th. Nice little lunge, didn't even need the braking zone, because Behrman keeps losing DRS of the car in front. For goodness sake. Yeah, he's now down to 16th with Stroll, but Stroll's always going to get us. Lawson up into P12 again, down into P13, up into P12 again. And we got a replay of Lewis Hamilton overtaking Ollie Behrman as Lewis Hamilton and George Russell stack stopped off their softs onto a set of hards, and that just shows how much more grip they've got. And then the second Mercedes of the afternoon to get past Oliver Behrman. Through goes George Russell, braking, didn't even need the braking zone, down into turn one, but you would have given Behrman DRS as Lawson is coming in on lap 19, and I think Behrman's going to go one lap longer. We've gone longer than everyone else, which in hindsight is probably a mistake, but once you've committed to your strategy, you just have to go for it and live to fight another day, as we've come up behind Stroll. So yeah, that wasn't a great strategy, as Behrman now comes in on lap 20, because most people went softs and went early, or went mediums and went even earlier than us, and I thought we were going early enough, but clearly not, as, oh my days. Oh, 9 seconds. We lost, what, 6.5 seconds in that pit stop? As now Lawson gets overtaken by Valtteri Bottas, then switches him back. Then Bottas goes for the inside, up into 15th. Lawson defends that well. As now Esteban Ocon is going to overtake Oliver Behrman. Oliver Behrman is having a tricky, troublesome race, and I don't reckon he's getting his sponsor goal anytime soon, which means it's all on Lawson to finish in the top 18, as he gives Bottas way too much space, loses DRS. Now Albon gets in for 17th. He now gets Albon for 16th. And Yuki Tsunoda has had a mare down at turn 1. What's he done? Is he going to go straight on like Charles? Yes, he is. He's not going to spin and end up in the barrier like Charles. He's going to stay on the track. But yeah, Gasly now has a mechanical fault, and Lawson's going to lunge it from so far back, and we decide to watch the replay with his fault for some reason. Ah, that's why, because he let that car through. Yeah, Lawson clears him for 16th. And now George Russell watching him fight the two V-Cubs, and he's just going to spin exactly like Logan Sargent in the traction zone. Not much he can do. And there's Nico Hülkenberg overtaking Oliver Behrman. He just pit. Yeah, Nico Hülkenberg just pit for new tyres. I think they were soft. And now Behrman's fighting Gasly. Gasly gets down the inside, and Lawson overtakes Albon. And Sargent is going to spin again. Yep, for the third time this race weekend, he spun. And Lawson and Albon are fighting. Albon's just been thrown off, and he lost DRS and the place to Hülkenberg because Sargent blocked him. Anyway, Behrman into the pits on lap 44. Yeah, Lawson lost the DRS, then because Sargent blocked him, then he was overtaken by Hülkenberg just off pure pace. As Behrman has come up P20, there's still a chance in this race, but it's a very slim chance, as we're now on our final set of hards, as Albon and Lawson are pit on the exact same lap. We just need to have a better pit stop than those Williams guys. So 2.9, it's very valid, a very quick stop, but it's not good enough to jump the Williams. It was probably never going to be good enough to jump the Williams by the looks of it. But we're stopping and pausing. We're now P15, now P16 as Bottas gets us. And Albon isn't having a mechanical issue.
We watch Magnussen. Things were going smoothly.
And Kevin Magnussen is having a mechanical issue, is he? Is he going to go straight on into the gravel trap? He's going to go straight on into the gravel trap. Sorry. There's me moving. So Lawson is now going to get Hulkenberg up to 16th. Hulkenberg's going to get Lawson up down to 17th. And Lawson's going to go for it one more time, get 16th. 15 laps to go, he's going to get 15th. Now the stakes have gone up somehow, as Behrman shoved Gasly off, but I can't remember where it was, so he's basically guaranteed to finish P18 now because of Gasly's fault, which is brilliant, and the fact that he shoved him off. And Lawson gets past Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg squeezes him out, and then Lawson, when he doesn't have DRS, gets past. Then goes for it again on Hulkenberg, doesn't have the DRS, and on the final lap, Liam Lawson gets one more place. But yeah, it was a bad strategy again today, I think. It cost us any chance of P13, but we'll get P14 as Behrman's made a move on the last lap for 17th, wanting to go for one for 16th. But yeah, an apocalyptically bad strategy for Behrman means P14 and P17 end of the race. Not his fault he finished that low, my fault, and the team's mistake, because he would have finished, 15th without the pit stop issue.
Yep, and with a P19 finish, they'll need to pick themselves up after that.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
That's their 9th win of the season. I expect them to be showered with plaudits and more.
Well, there were mountains to overcome here in Austria, but those three managed to climb to the top. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
Max Verstappen, P1. Boring. Carlos actually overtakes Lando in the driver's standings. We don't move anywhere in driver's standings, however Kick Sauber got a point a couple of races ago, and they're actually cooking in the pit stop championship, and Haas got 2 points today, which means they close up on us. We're not getting any points in the pit stop championship recently, but I know what to do with pit stops now. Gym training's good. 900 grand from that race. Behrman is now 76 rated, too high from what we signed him. Make sure to like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, Megagame8888, and I'll see you next time for more F1 Manager. Goodbye.